on the last video of fixing Nick's R32. So the filler work on this side's pretty much done. There's a bit more around here to do, but there's all these other little spots, and mostly back here, where because there's so many different colours from the metal and the paint and the primer and the filler and the other kind of filler and stuff, I'm going to coat everything with a coat of primer, which will just give us a better idea of what's going on. I'll do a bit on the other side, but I'm just going to mask everything up just so I can get primer everywhere. I found this cool plastic at the paint shop today. It's just like the plastic for masking stuff off, but it's already got tape on one end, so you can just stick the plastic along. So we'll use a bit of that, see how it goes. So Nick's had this half of the car repaired at a professional shop before. I've just noticed when they've masking taped up this edge, they haven't even close to masked it properly. Like, look at the paint up on the rubber, like window moulding, especially this bit. So pretty safe to say we're going to be able to do a better job than what the shop did as far as the masking tape goes anyway. Rest of the car, I'm not sure. Okay, it's a lot easier to tell what's going on now. There's still a bit of a flat spot here, but I don't think we'll worry about it too much. It's mainly just anywhere where there's a piece of bare metal, it's a little bit high. So I think it needs like a final coat of really thin bog, and then like a block down over the whole thing. That looks like we should be getting close enough to a finished product. So I've skipped out multiple days of bogging and sanding. The car currently looks like this. It's got one nice layer. Hopefully this is the last layer we have to sand, and then we're ready to primer the rear guard. So the plan being, and what it says on the instructions for the paint, is the areas we've body filled, like this little spot on the boot lid, the guards, and then there's some dents on the bonnet, they're going to get primer. The rest of the car is just the body colour, like the blue. We just sanded the blue down with 500 grit, and then we're going to paint colour straight over that. So we picked up all the paint from the shop the other day. I think it was about 900 bucks. 900 bucks worth of stuff. Yep. Ish for all the paint. We've actually got a lot of stuff in here. So there's the filtery things. There's that, which is the clear. There's the stuff to like thin out the paint to make it thinner. There's the, this one's heavy. There's the paint itself, which is Nissan TH1 dark blue pearl, which is just the factory colour the car is, which is apparently very rare. Except I know more people with TH1 R32s than any other colour, so don't know about those claims. Got a big thing of recycled gun wash, which is just the stuff to clean the gun. This recycled stuff's cool. You can actually buy a little machine to do it, because it evaporates so fast. All it does pretty much is it evaporates, it captures the vapour, puts the vapour back into the bottle, and then just leaves the paint dust of stuff you cleaned off behind. So this is really cheap in its recycled form. There's this, which is just the stuff you mix with the paint to actually make it go hard, because it's 2-pack paint, so it'll never go hard sitting in the tin, or might after like 20 years. We have to mix this with it to get it to actually start to harden. That's just the same one, a little one. I don't know what this is. Oh yeah, that's the primer. So we didn't get much primer, because all you have to do is the rear guards and a couple of patch-ups. There's pièce de résistance, which is the metal flake. This is like 100 bucks worth of glitter you bought. So we're going to mix that with the clear coat and hopefully make the car look a bit of a lighter blue. It says on the side, not for sale or use by the general public, so we'll definitely try that. Then there's this, which is like colour shift pearlescent paint, which is not for this car, but I bought it because I thought it might be cool. So finish rubbing down these last panels, sand down the car as it is in the booth, and then spray some primer on it.
And more sanding.
Oh, and look what arrived today. Stickers. So if you want one of these Prelude drift stickers, either a little one or a big one. It's a big one. Where's the little one? There's a little one there. I'll put a link in the description to like a big cartel thing, but they'll be a couple of bucks each, so get on that. They're good. Nick says they're good as well.
Yeah, they're the best stickers I've ever seen.
Sand this line here a bit, and then in the spray booth?
Fuck yeah. Bit of 1 AM painting.
Is it 1 AM yet?
Yeah. Too hard to focus on my phone, but it's 12:30.
Right. So I think we're pretty much happy with painting this. We'll see how that looks once we paint it. One thing we've got to do is, because this door came off an R32 that had been torched, it's got this like burnt paint, plasticky stuff all over it. So we're going to see if we can sand that down a bit more. Nick's touching up the last of the dents we fixed on the bonnet. And then, yeah, hopefully it comes out looking straight, or straightish at least. Finally covered up the windscreen. Last thing we had to cover because we've been driving the car in and out of the booth the whole time. I don't know what else we've got to cover. Got to cover the exhaust. And then other than that, I think we're ready to prime up the rear guards and the door. See how many pinholes is left in this burnt door. Hopefully not too many. If it looks super bad, we'll just have to redo this door. Other than that, should be good to go. GG, which in my head stands for good go, but it's good game. But good to go. GG. G2G. Got to go. Good to go. There's a lot of acronyms that don't mean anything going on because it's 1 o'clock in the morning and we're painting a car. Car's taped up, rubbed down. I'm gonna primer what's left of this factory R32 GTR lip as well. Hopefully the primer fixes all the cracks miraculously, which it probably won't. But mix up some paint, see how that goes. So got the info sheet thing for the primer here. It like tells you how to paint it and what to mix it and stuff too. The first thing is for the gun, I need conventional gun, 1.4 to 1.8 mil tip. I've got a 1.7, 35 to 40 psi. That's about 35, yeah, about 35. Mixing ratio, so we've got 3 things. Primer, surfacer. We're going to use it as a surfacer, 4 parts primer to 1 part hardener. So I should have a 4 to 1 thing on here.
Moment of truth.
This primer, it doesn't even feel like a liquid, it feels like it's like bog in this can.
Bog in a can.
It's so thick. It probably doesn't help that it's cold outside, but it has been here for a while. I've got the booth set to 25 degrees, because that's what all the like measurements it does.
If it is bog in a can, that means it probably will fix my GTR lip.
It's thick as. Probably not supposed to be mixing your stuff with like a wooden stick as well, because I think it puts dust in it. Look at this trick that I saw on YouTube to get the bog out of the can into the thing. Professional. Once we put this in, then the paint's actually going to start to go hard.
How quickly?
I don't know, it says on that information sheet thing 40 minutes hot life. Like 40 minutes in the cup, so it seems like
Quite a bit of time.
enough time to screw around, realise that we're forgetting some important thing. And then we're supposed to put in 1 part solvent or reducers. If it's 1 part, 1-to-1 solvent.
You're asking the wrong
I
man.
mean like 1/4 more solvent. Mix 4 parts primer to 1 part hardener, which we've done, to create desired, and reduce. Mix 4 parts hardener to 4 parts primer to 1 part hardener, and reduce with 1 part solvent. So I reckon that means like equal amount solvent again.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Most of the thinners is going on the ground. Oh, it's making a mess.
It's going everywhere.
It is going everywhere. Let's just try to paint with this one first. It seems pretty thin.
It looks thin.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll spray it and see what happens.
So Is that a $1,000 gun?
This is like the $40 gun.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of paint stuck in it.
Has it ever been used before?
I used it to paint my shelves.
Ah, yeah.
Some metal paint. I've never used it other than that. It seems very thin. I don't think we're supposed to put that much thin around.
Maybe it was just one fifth thinner, not. Alright, the moment of truth for primary. It looks grey. Well, I don't know what it looks like to someone who knows what they're looking at, but to me it looks pretty professional. Looks like grey primer. Hasn't run. Makes the car look straighter. So far, so good. Something scientific happening in that corner. Mixing some grey shit with some clear shit. Glad I'm out here, not getting covered in paint. It's like you can still sort of see on the driver's door, if I can focus, it's in need of some primering. No, the 34 GTR wheel. The tape on these drop sheets does not like to stick to sticky Bridgestone RE003s apparently. It does look like a lot of pressure, once again to someone who knows absolutely nothing about painting, but not surprising that some of the drop sheets are getting blown around a little bit. Are we winning?
It's too thin.
Yeah.
It's a little bit too thin.
It looks alright.
It looks okay. It's got a...
It doesn't look like it's running off the car or anything.
There is a few runs in it. It's not too bad. It'll sand out. It looks like from here it looks pretty straight.
Yeah, from out here it looks
It's annoying that
great.
tape keeps falling off the wheels. I have to stick it on better. And yeah, got a few runs in it. Also, I realised we forgot to tape the keyhole in the door handle.
On one side.
Oh yeah, there's no door handle on that side, but the one on this side now,
Yeah, we're taking that out anyway,
Oh, yeah, we've got to
because it's the
change the
wrong key.
ignition light,
Yeah, I thought about that.
Yeah, there's a few like big scratches and stuff we're gonna have to fix, but it looks alright.
Okay.
Let this dry for
How long does that
minutes.
take?
Just 10 minutes and I'll put another coat on.
Time for the second coat of primer. Applied exactly 10 minutes after the first, as per the technical data sheet.
Pretty runny.
Pretty runny.
Yeah. Give it a couple of minutes on bake again and then probably 2 or 3 more coats of primer.
Why so many coats?
We want more primer we can put on, like try and fill in as many holes as we can, and then we'll sand the primer back tomorrow after it sits overnight. Maybe. Pretty sure that's what you're supposed to do. Alright, so that was how many coats of primer? I didn't actually count.
I think that was the 4th.
Yeah, 4 or 5 I think.
And 1 on the lip.
Yeah, the lip only got 1, but the primer's not going to be doing much. The lip's pretty... There's not much lip left. There's a few like runs and stuff in here. There's one bad one there, which is a bit shit. I thought I'd do a bit better than that, to be honest, but overall it's not too bad. This dent here looks worse than we thought it would, but this dent here looks better than we thought it would. As far as the burning on this door, there's a lot of weird things going on, and there's some blisters in the paint that we didn't see. They must be from where the door was burnt, like they're actually in the original paint, so see how that goes. Other than that, our repairs on the bonnet pretty much disappeared, which is nice. I don't think any amount of priming is ever going to save this lip.
It's worse in a lighter colour.
Going to be a lot of sanding to fix this hard edge that we've created here, so that probably wasn't a smart way to do that, but whatever. The paper kept falling off the wheels, which was annoying, and whatever that is ended up in the paint. Something that fell off the gun or a piece of tape or whatever, but realistically our filler isn't too bad. There's one big like lump here, you can see it's even got a dent in it from us trying to knock it flat, but it still sticks up. There's a few little pinholey bits, but I think most of it should sand out. Some more runs, nothing like a couple of runs, but
Good.
definitely looks better than
I was expecting. That looks awesome.
it looks better than when it started anyway.
Yeah.
Like when we brought it over here.
Yeah, and all one colour makes it look a lot better.
Yeah, this body line's got a bit of a wave to it, but I think it'll be fine.
Disappears a bit prematurely, I think.
Yeah, it's sort of like, yeah, it sort of gets to there, and then where's the focus? And body line like gets to here, sort of disappears, and then comes back again, but you get that on the big jobs.
Yeah. We're mainly fixing these up.
Sorry?
We've mainly got to fix these up.
Yeah.
Blisters on the door, and apart from that, it's not that bad.
Yeah. Well, no, there's a bit of primer on this tyre, but I think it'll be fine. Well, we'll hit it.
A lot of primer on all the other tyres.
Yeah, no, the other one's got... No, that'll be fine. Yeah, it's not going on the wheel though. There's something on the sidewall where we don't want the tyre, where we don't want the primer. I think we'll crank it up to like 45 degrees. Once it hits that, we'll just turn it off and let it sit here overnight and then come in tomorrow. The primer should go like matte when it's dry. It's still sort of like sticky, but yeah, we'll see. I think it's bedtime. It's like 2:30 or something now.
Yeah, 2:15.
2:15, so
Late to be primary.
it's late to be spray painting, but that's the beauty of having your own workshop now, is nobody to tell us to go to sleep because we're making noise because we're in an industrial area. Don't know if this panel gap's going to be winning any awards, but I think once it's the panel gap, like the car's a darker colour, the panel gap.
But you can't see the panel gap.
Panel gap will disappear a bit more as well.
Plus, I'm going to put a big sticker there so people look at the sticker rather than the panel gap.
Okay.
That's the plan.
I also think we should have masked these pillars and finished the primer here, because now we're going to have to sand the primer into the pillar, but whatever. We'll get there. Okay, so that's it for part 3 of this video. The other 2 parts are up on my channel, and if you press the little bell thingy next to the subscribe button, it'll send you a notification when the next one's uploaded, hopefully within the next couple of days. It's worth watching the rest of them because the car comes out looking friggin' awesome by the end of it. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, or a thumbs down if you thought it was shit, because either way it's some interaction. But yeah, leave a comment, tell me what you thought, subscribe, etc, blah blah, YouTube stuff, and see you on the next video.